I genuinely feel bad for Harry Potter autists. This sounds like a bit of a shitposty thing to say, but I do mean this fully sincere, that the thing you're extremely passionate about, and possibly have been passionate about for your entire life, is suddenly, like, problematic. Like, not only that, it is, immoral to support. And usually, I'm not much of a moral fag, but even me, it's kind of hard to deny that, like, any money from any fucking Harry Potter related thing, that, like, it's gonna fucking make its way back to J.K. Rowling. And, that really sucks, I know, kind of like when this news came out, I got to be all snobby about it, because I never gave a shit about Harry Potter. My stance has been very much, I don't care. I've never seen the movies or read the books. I don't want to change that because, not even because of J.K. Rowling, but because I do not fucking care. There is few things on this planet I like to have occupy less space in my brain than fucking Harry Potter. But so I got to be all, like, snobby about it when, like, the whole J.K. Rowling shit really unfolded, like, oh, good for me, I never liked the books anyways, I never read them, I never liked the movies. And, to feel a little, like, vindicated, in my sort of, just general disinterest for the series. However, am I gonna be doing that if that comes back around to something I am very deeply passionate about? It's a bit of a different situation if it were to happen, but let's say this happens with Pokemon, which has been my biggest, like, special interest for as long as I can remember, basically, since I was, like 5 years old, if not younger. If it came out that, like, I don't know, Satoshi Tajiri was actually, like, a total chud, and, was, like, fueling a fucking, like, Korean genocide, or something. And, like, I think it's maybe a bit different there in that, like, Pokemon, unlike Harry Potter, has so many different branches to the franchise, that are all kind of disparate. But, if that money did go to, like, a cause like that, suddenly it's gonna turn on me. It's gonna be like, hey, you're still supporting this thing? And, like, the thing is that, like, just about every new Pokemon game, Legends ZA is okay. Mainline Pokemon game is something I, like, enjoy, enough that I would say that it benefits, like, me, in the sense that it gives me, like, an enjoyable experience. Like, essentially, I'd be better off getting said new game than, if I didn't. What else am I gonna use that money on? So if it comes down to that, the eyes are gonna be on me, and they're gonna be on people like me, who so, like, snobbishly, maybe not snobbishly, but, like, who so snarkily were like, oh, you still like Harry Potter? Like, among, like, certain irony-poisoned, Gen Zers and millennials as well, if I'm being like, less millennials, but, definitely people who are around my age, like to act like, oh, you, like, now because J.K. Rowling is transphobic, suddenly it's kind of, like, cool to hate it, among my demographic, where, it's like, oh, well, if you still liked it because, like, if you still like it, then what's the point I'm trying to fucking make here? I was too busy making up somebody to, like, make fun of that I've lost my train of thought. Gotta love ADHD. But the kind of idea I'm getting at here is that among these, like, snarky, irony-poisoned, fucking Gen Zers who are like, oh, those books were never good anyways, so, like, you shouldn't even, engage with it, not even because of J.K. Rowling. Someday that's gonna happen, maybe it won't, but any day now that could happen to the thing you're most passionate about, and suddenly you have to act like you stopped caring about it, actually. I ended up kind of not making any solid points here, like I was kind of wanting to, but I really had these thoughts on my mind. I've had them on my mind a lot since like 2022, and I think it's worth maybe getting out there in a video form on that topic. So, like a year ago, I got my Gurren Lagann tattoo, and a friend of mine asked me, like, you know, basically what would happen if, like, the J.K. Rowling situation with, like, I don't know, Imaishi or some shit happened. And firstly, I think that's a different scenario, because it's not a book series written by a single person. It is like, you know, an anime that has so many different moving parts to it, that you truly can't credit every good thing about it to one person. You know, you have the voice acting, the animation, the writing, and all, like, this other shit to it. Like, I think that'd be a very different scenario. And quite honestly, I don't think it's necessarily an automatic red flag if someone still has, like, a Harry Potter tattoo. I think it's, like, totally possible to be like, yeah, I know J.K. Rowling's, like, a piece of shit, but, like, this series meant a lot to me growing up, and that is something that nobody can take from me, not even J.K. Rowling. And honestly, I think that's a pretty powerful statement.